Hello, welcome everybody to the September 24, 2025 City of Mesa Planning and Zoning Board public hearing. We'll begin with our roll call. Chair Ayers is present, Vice Chair Peterson.
Here.
Board Member Pitcher.
Here.
Board Member Blakeman.
Here.
Board Member Carpenter.
Here.
And we'll excuse Board Members Montez and Farnsworth. So as part of the meeting today, we do have a consent agenda. These items will all be read into the record and acted on in one motion. They will not be discussed individually. I'm anticipating not having any blue cards. Correct, no blue cards today. So we'll have Board Member Carpenter read the consent agenda today.
Chairs, if I can, you're going to want to pull 5A and 5B off of the consent
5A
agenda.
and B, yes.
Thank you.
We're
Sorry,
on top
just
of
wanted
it.
to make sure.
All right. Items on the consent agenda. Approval of minutes from previous meetings. Item 2A, minutes from the August 27th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Board. Number 3, discuss, make recommendation of City Council for the following zoning cases. Item 3A, ZON 24-00998, known as 623 South Mesa Drive, plus or minus 0.6 acres, located approximately, do I read this whole thing? Yeah. 1,420 feet south of the southeast corner of East Broadway Road and South Mesa Drive, rezoned from multiple residence 2, RM2, to multiple residence 4 with a bonus intensity zone overlay, and site review for a 15-unit multiple residence development. The recommendation is to continue to the October 22nd Planning and Zoning Board meeting. Items 4A, ZON 25-00673, Mesa Premier RV and Boat Storage, Phase 2, GPA. 13.7 plus or minus acres located approximately 265 feet east of the southeast corner of North Higley Road and East Thomas Road. Minor general plan amendment to change the place type from local employment to industrial. Staff recommendation is adoption. Item 4B, ZON 24-01027, Mesa Premier RV and Boat Storage, Phase 2. 13.7 plus or minus acres located approximately 265 feet east of the southeast corner of North Higley Road and East Thomas Road, rezoned 3.5 acres from single residence 90 to light industrial with a planned area development overlay. Rezone 10.2 plus or minus acres from LA PAD to LI with a new PAD, modification of a council use permit, and major site plan modification for a boat and recreation vehicle storage facility. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions.
All right, thank you. So I'll look for a motion to approve the consent agenda as read.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Thank you. All in favor? And Board Member Pitcher?
Yay.
Yay. Yay. And with that, we are fully on board with the consent agenda. Thank you, everybody. So with that, we'll move into the rest of our meeting. We're going to have 2 items to discuss. We'll look at first item 5A.
Skip the presentation too if you want.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we can go ahead and skip the presentation, I think, on this one, if you guys are good. Okay. With that,
Just go to 5B or before we move?
you're mumbling, what?
Do we go to 5B before?
Yeah, should we just go to 5B and just look at the site plan to talk about the issues that we have?
Chairs, we can, and if you would like to look at your email, I emailed you a change of the recommendation.
You did. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hold on, let me get to that. So with that, so on this item, in the study session, the board did review this, and we did want to talk about a certain stipulation. So I don't know if staff wants to present what you guys, or we, yeah.
Chairs, it's up to you. Do you want the presentation again, or we can just pull up the site plan?
I don't think we need the.
So we can just
presentation.
pull
I
up
think
the site,
plan is fine.
or the specific plan.
Sorry, I'm taking a second here.
Did it just go to chairs or did it go to?
Vice Chair Peterson, I only sent it to chairs. And if you'd like, we can walk you through the different pieces, and then the Planning and Zoning Board can have a discussion on it. So we worked with the applicant based on the comments that we heard, and they were related to the noise concerns with those lots that are directly adjacent to the eastern wall. And those are lots 128 through 139 and 174 through 178. So what staff and the applicant worked through was relocating Merritt so that it is actually adjacent to the wall with so it'd be the 8-foot theme wall, 5 foot of landscaping, and then Merritt along that wall. And then all of the lots would be on the west side of Merritt, so that all of the backyards would then be to the west of the freeway. So there would be no more backyards facing the wall, and everything would flip to the west side. So that's what this recommended change in terms of the recommendation for planning and zoning consideration.
So with that, it sounds like it's a site plan change. So is there anything that would need to come back to the board with this to see either there will be a replat, obviously, or let's say a modification of the plat?
They haven't done their plat.
They haven't done the plat yet. So, okay, so we're good on that. So then just the site plan, would it need to come back to the board?
So we provided sort of a preamble to a proposed motion that discusses how your recommendation would apply.
Okay.
And if you recommend that this specific plan, that's what it's called under the Haas Crossing PAD, if these specific changes are made to the specific plan and those changes are made before it goes to city council, that you would recommend it. In that instance, it would not have to come back to P&Z.
Okay. What do you think about some of the concerns that you had, Troy, on this one? Sorry, I'm not on the mic, so.
Yeah, so,
Go ahead.
yeah, I think that stipulation's a good solution.
Any questions from the board generally on this one? So,
So chairs, just for the rest of the board, because they don't have the pleasure of seeing the do you want to read
hand
it?
it around. I can hand it around to everybody. You gonna-
Should we read it into the record what
Let's-
you're considering?
That'd be great.
Would you like us to do that?
Sure, if you want to, since I don't have it in front of me now. Unless, I am happy to do it as well if you'd like. Either way. Go for it, okay. So with this, just to describe, just for the board, so board member Pitcher, I know you're right here. So if you didn't hear that, the idea is to take Merritt Road, which is the furthest east road in this plan, shift that to the east where that will now border on the site plan, basically on the edge, closest to the freeway. That would flip those, all of those 19 lots, is it? 17 lots that would flip to the other side. And so the road would then therefore be the buffer, let's say, quote unquote, from, and the homes would move in, yes, of course, with it. Does that make sense for you, board member Pitcher?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Appreciate it.
So with that, I'll go ahead and I'll just read the stipulation that was sent over. So relocate Merritt Road.
Chairs, could I ask you to read the preamble?
Preamble as well? All right, sure. So we would recommend the approval subject to the following changes to the specific plan and preliminary plat prior to the case going, should I go ahead and read the whole thing? The whole, make a motion?
Chairs, you can.
Okay,
'cause-
let's just do that.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and make a motion for items 5A and 5B. Can I put them together? Yes. Thank you. So item 5A, GPA 25-00462, Haas Village 5, 50 plus minus acres located at the northeast corner of East Warner Road and South Haas Road, major general plan amendment to change the place type from urban center to urban residential. And item 5B, ZON 24-00892, Haas Village 5, 60.8 plus minus acres located at the northeast corner of East Warner Road and South Haas Road, rezone 18 plus minus acres from small lot residential 2.5 with a planned area development overlay to general commercial with a planned area development overlay. Rezone 18 plus or minus acres from GCPAD to RSL 2.5 PAD rezone to establish a second PAD overlay on the entire 60.8 plus or minus acres, a council use permit and a specific plan approval for the 343 lot single residence development and future commercial development. Staff recommendation of both of these are adoption and approval with conditions with the added stipulation as follows. We recommend approval subject to the following changes to the specific plan, site plan and preliminary plat prior to the case going before city council. To be clear, our recommendation deviates from the conditions of approval numbers 1 and 5 in the staff report because this is not the final specific plan or preliminary plat that will go to city council. But those conditions as written will be correct before council so long as the specific plan and preliminary plat are updated. These include relocate Merritt Road to the east such that no lots are adjacent to the private wall. 2, move lots 128 through 139 and 174 to 178 to the west side of Merritt Road. 3, provide 5 feet of landscaping adjacent to the east perimeter wall. And 4, I think it is tended to be 4, an 8-foot theme wall along the eastern property line. Correct?
Yeah, just clarification, does this also address Chloe's point of modifying the PAD development standards to allow for an 8-foot wall in residential?
Yes, Chair, Vice Chair, this would add that to the PAD deviation.
Okay, thank you.
So the motion is up for adoption of 5A and approval with conditions for 5B with the added stipulation as read. Is there a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and vote on this one. Board Member Pitcher, what's your vote? You're muted, sir.
Sorry, yes.
Thank you. And with that, it looks like it passes 5-2, with 2 absent today. Anything else on this case that we need to talk about or any other updates?
Chairs, no additional updates.
All right, with that, I'll look for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Board Member Pitcher.
Yes.
And with that, we are unanimously adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for being here today.